All right, update time, everybody. I want to talk about gold because some of you are probably sitting there wondering, like, what's happening to gold, Mike? Gold is not going up. You told us to buy it. So I'm gonna talk about gold. But first, and you're probably looking at gold and you're looking at the dollar going down, really getting hit hard. And by the way, who called the sell-off in the dollar? That was yours truly. I said it at the beginning of the year. I said it really at the end of last year. I said the dollar is going to go down. And so many of you were saying, that's not going to happen, Mike, because interest rates are going up and that's going to be bullish for the dollar. We all know that when rates go up, that's bullish for the currency. It's not, and I explained why it's not, because rate hikes are functionally price increases. The increase, the cost of credit is reflected in the cost of all goods and services. So when the central bank raises rates, it raises the general level of prices without increasing the level of output. So you don't have more supply, you just have prices going up, and that is inflationary. And everybody knows that inflation means your money buys less. So there's absolutely no way that, it should be reflected as a higher exchange rate. That's ridiculous. Your money buys less with inflation. So that was an easy call for me to make, a very easy call for me to make. And I was 100% right, and nobody else got that right. Nobody else got that right. If you think other people got that right, those were only people who are just like perpetual perma dollar bears, and they've been saying that forever for their whole entire life. But I told you when it was going to happen. I told you the reason it was going to happen, and it's still going to continue to happen. Now, getting back to gold. And some of you are like, why is gold not going up, Mike? Commodities are going up and the dollar's going down. I'm going to tell you why gold is not going up. And the reason why it is not going up, and by the way, it's all temporary, so just, you got to be calm, you got to be patient, okay? One of the things that I learned over my almost 40 years of trading is patience. And the lack of patience cost me millions and millions of dollars in the past. It took me a long time to learn how to be patient, and it would be in many of yours interests to learn how to be a little bit more patient. But anyway, here's the reason. The reason why gold is not going up right now is because you have a very high level of commercial hedging going on. Miners, producers of gold, they are hedging. And this is very evident if you look at futures open interest and the position of the commercials of the producers. They are very short gold. They are short gold, as a matter of fact, recently about 11 to 1. It means for every one contract long that they held 11 contracts short of gold. So they've been a very, very aggressive sellers. And gold hedging, whether that's actual physical sales of gold or whether that is paper, as in futures, that constitutes a net addition of supply to the market, okay? Gold hedging is actually a source of supply, of gold supply, right? You have mine supply, which I think is about 2,400 tons annually, and you have total supply of gold annually about 4,000, something like that. The balance is made up, after mine supply, it comes from hedging, and it comes from recycling. People, just taking their gold and bringing it in to get cash, get money, and that's recycled. So it's from hedging. And now some of you in the past trying to be, show that you're very smart, right? You used to say, Mike, the GDX is not keeping pace with gold. The GDX is diverging from gold. Why is the GDX underperforming and gold is going up, right? A lot of you looking at the GDX, which is the gold miner index. And I'll tell you why the GDX was not performing with gold. Because the hedgers were locking in their profits. Even as gold was going up, they were kind of, as a result of their hedging activities, they were literally limiting their profits. So the gold price was going up, but they were locking in profits at a lower price. So that was the reason for the divergence between the GDX and gold. Now, the good news is, for those of you who are patient, that at some point, the miners will reach their level that they need to be in terms of their hedging needs. They may even overhedge, who knows. They'll be satiated. They will have enough forward sales on. They'll stop. It's not going to go on forever. I mean, mine production is finite. It's not like infinite and they're just going to keep on hedging and hedging and hedging. They reach a level, all right? And they stop. But the good news is, if you have a long-term perspective, that all the analytical stuff that I read about gold is indicating that this year, 2017 and early 2018, global mine production is peaking out. They're not going to be finding more gold. And that has to do with a pretty significant downturn in capital expenditure over the last few years in the mining sector. So here's what's happening. You're going to have a peak in production. We're in that right now, getting into that period right now, a peak of production. Producers have locked in these low prices, whatever they are, around $12.50 or something like that. Production's going to decline. Demand is rising. Hello, yes. India coming back. Last year we had some of those little hiccups where all of you were freaking out about that too. That they're confiscating gold. I saw people emailing me stuff, and I said, don't pay attention to that stuff, man. They're making a cashless society. They're making it so you can't hold golds, all that stuff. And then it was all the worries about the Chinese. They're pulling back on their buying. They're buying more than ever. Okay. So you have producers who are locked in at this price. That's what kept the GDX underperforming from the gold price. You got mine output peaking right now. You have demand, right? I mean, you put that all together, man. That's a recipe for a big, explosive, long-term bull market. All right? It might not look that way this second. All you freaking out because it didn't break 1,300 and now it's down to 1,240. Oh, my God, it's over. It's not over, okay? You need to have perspective, people. You need to know what's going on. You need to know what's going on, and then you need to be patient. And you need to have some balls, all right? If you ever saw the movie Scarface, when he's in that scene and, his boss, Frank, tries to give him orders because actually he was like making a move on Frank's girlfriend, Michelle Pfeiffer. And he said, "You don't give me orders. There's only one thing that gives orders, and that's balls." All right? You got to have balls. If you're going to be in gold, you got to have balls. People, really. I don't know about some of you. I'm worried about some of you. I care about all of you. I care about all of you. Got to have balls. There's only one thing that makes your money in the gold market. You got to have balls. Let me just say, if I haven't already said so, I am not a gold bug. I'm not a big fan of gold. I don't think gold is money, okay? But I am a trader, and there are times that I want to own gold. And I got balls, and I got patience, okay? That's what it's all about. I'll see everybody later.